The Walking Dead World Beyond, Episode 4. Guys, the show is finally starting to realize that you can't spend an entire episode on one character. So they're moving in the right direction. What's going on? Welcome to We Sibs, West Coast, East Coast siblings, where we talk about your favorite movies, TV shows, etc. So today we're going to be talking about Episode 4 of The Walking Dead World Beyond. This is going to be your recap, your review, your biggest takeaways, your reaction, all rolled into one video. So be sure to hit the subscribe button, click the bell so you don't miss, grab a snack, sit back, and let's get into it. So, right off the bat, like I said, they were taking a lot of time developing these characters, which is good. But when you're spending an entire episode on like one character, like we had one dedicated to Silas and one to Hope and then one to Felix and his background, by the time they got through the cast, we'd be halfway through the season. And so I'm glad they decided to have this episode where they kind of just did a little bit of background on everybody, except Huck, who's still a little mysterious as far as her background. So they all end up getting locked in this school, this high school, and they kind of just have to fight their way out. And this was obviously just a place to keep them contained, relatively safe with a little bit of danger, so that they could dig into these characters. So the first thing let's get into is the love connection between Iris and Silas, one that I never really saw coming, but we started getting some signs in the last episode, and that definitely is the direction that they're heading now. They got locked in the gymnasium, and they have, a little bit of back and forth dialogue, a little light flirting, and then they finally share a dance, kind of sealing the deal. Now, one thing we have to be aware of is Silas and his violent streak. He's got a little bit of PTSD. In the last episode, he said he was afraid of himself. He was afraid of what he was capable of. And we had seen some flashbacks of him killing someone, which was revealed in this episode to be his own father. Now, these are the flashbacks that we're getting. Maybe they're going to, pull some kind of crazy twist of the story, and it turns out that he didn't really kill his father. He beat him within an inch of his life or something like that. But that was the rumor that was going on around the campus colony. And so that's kind of something that Iris is completely unaware of. But until he has a break. So he's in a situation where Iris and he are both backed into a corner with some walkers coming at them. And he starts remembering when he killed his father. And he just goes nuts. Now, Silas is a big dude, right? And so, a couple walkers was nothing. He was throwing them around like rag dolls. But then he couldn't stop. So he just gets into this rage, doesn't even use a weapon, just starts going ham with his fists on this walker's face. Now, isn't there a risk of infection there? Because obviously, if you're, hitting someone's skull like that, you're going to cut your skin on your knuckles. And doesn't it just take a little bit of blood or something like that to get you infected? I don't know. I think they were doing that more for plot than to be realistic, because I think he should have gotten infected. But I digress. The next thing we want to talk about for this episode is Felix getting Elton on his side. Now, we know that Felix and Huck, their ultimate objective is to get the kids back to Campus Colony. Little do they know that that's been destroyed by the Civic Republic. So this is something that they're going to have to find out. They're going to convince the group to go back there. They're going to find out that Campus Colony is no more. And that's just going to put them on a blitz again to go to the Civic Republic to find them, to find Iris and Hope's father. But I feel like that's going to waste time, because it's going to be, it's going to be a whole episode where they're going back just to find all this out. And we already know it. So I wish there was a way for them to just find out and then just get the show on the road. You know what I'm saying? Huck and Hope are also one of the other groups that splits up in the high school. And isn't this one of the cliches? Like, why are you splitting up? I mean, I know they needed to find supplies and stuff, but, you've got food, you've got shelter for a day. Like, can't you just go and clear every room together? It's a high school. It's pretty big, but you could do it in a day and you're staying there, or you should have stayed there for a day, because there could be dangers. Now, when it comes to the dangers, that wolf, what was the point of that? Let me know down in the comments. Was that symbolic or something? There's this random wolf in a room protecting something. Probably it's young or, something. I thought it was some kind of hybrid monster. I know. And it ultimately didn't end up being a threat anyway. So I thought we were going to get some fun wolf chase scenes. I don't know. I was looking for something. I just felt like that was a letdown. But I digress once again. So one person they haven't given us pretty much any background on is Huck. No idea why, but I'm hoping that it's for a reason. We talked about in the last episode how they had set up all these little things that they didn't pay off. And so I hope this is not one of those things, but we'll just have to wait and see. Now, as far as Hope, we find out about her strained relationship with her father, always feeling like she was less than Iris, and that Iris was the favorite. Now, I don't know why it took me so long to realize this as somebody who analyzes the show. But yeah, Hope is adopted. So that's where all of that stems from. All of that angst, all of that feeling insignificant. Iris is a genius, brilliant, but so is Hope. And she later questions, just like that wolf was protecting its young, and we don't really even know because we didn't look in there to see. I'm done with the wolf. She was wondering if her father was protecting her, just like that wolf was protecting her kids, and possibly Hope's dad was protecting her from someone or something, possibly the Civic Republic, who was recruiting brilliant individuals. Iris and Hope are both uber smart, at least as far as we can tell. So maybe Hope had a higher potential, maybe a higher intelligence that he didn't want the Civic Republic finding out about. So after all of the drama in the high school ensues, which is pretty much just a couple Walker fights, the real goal, again, is to find out as much as we can about these characters before we continue the journey. And they end the episode with a nice little group photo. Now, we didn't get any kind of special secret ending to the episode to kind of move the story forward. No real cliffhanger type moment to get us really juiced for episode 5. But the episode served its purpose. Was it great? Fantastic? No. Was it super action-packed? Obviously not. But I think it served its purpose. We now know the characters a little bit better, and that will make their journey just a little bit more entertaining. If you like the video, the best thing you can do is like the video and share it with your friends. That way we can grow and build this community around all our favorite TVs and movies, but especially The Walking Dead. More specifically, World Beyond. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell so that you don't miss an episode. We have got a ton of TV shows and movies that we've covered, so go check out the channel. Check out some links in the description. Check out our sister channel, La Quente Ledger. We've got awesome shows over there as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, as always, and I'll see you for episode 5. Wow. Peace.